Good morning, party people. Sorry, my camera was trying not to work there for a moment. We do not like that kind of behavior. I'm just showing you, it's still a wreck in here. Still a wreck. Oh, can you see Winter? She has found a new place. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Good morning, good morning. We're going to do some, what are we doing? We're doing Bargain Bead Box business. We're going to do some Bargain Bead Box business today. As soon as I get myself together, per the usual. Let's do some comments. Good morning. Okay, let's see. Get your coffee. You could like this video. It's free. You could subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. You could join us over on the Facebook group if you would like to share your bead doings. What else? We have a website if you didn't know. We have commands so you can follow along with the Nightbot if you'd like to do that. If you want to be a lurker, that's okay too. Let's see. What else we got going on in here? Well, if you're new, here's some rules. We don't have very many rules. The rules are, be nice. Don't sell your stuff in here. Oh, these are the chat rules. It says, be respectful. Keep it classy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Excuse me, miss. What you doing? Yeah, I've used all of your... Winter's just like, what the hell? I used all of your bead mats. Yeah, she's like, where are my bead mats? I used them. Winty. Yeah, it's just a blank spot up there. You did all that work for nothing. She says, this is not fun. I want out. It's usually where I keep my bead mats, but not when they're all in use. Good morning, everybody. She's still looking for them. She's like, what happened to them? She's looking behind the thing. Winter. Yeah. You better get down. You think you're a mountain lion. Oh, no. This does not look like a good idea. Come here. Yeah, come here. This does not look like a good plan. Do you see how that was not a good plan? Yeah. Okay, anyways. Here we are. Good morning, everybody. It looks like everybody's logged in. I'm going to refresh. Refresh the chat. Good morning. All right, let's get this party started. We're going to do a knotting project today. As you know, I love a knotting project. Let's see. Do I have things to report? I do have things to report. What are they things? Oh, so today is Wednesday. It's members only. We're moving members only to 1 o'clock. Instead of 3 o'clock. It's usually at 3, but it's going to be at 1 today because I have to go to the hospital today to do the tour of the labor and delivery floor. So me and Jeff are going to do that. And for members only, we're just going to be doing more sorting of the pendants. The same thing we did last week. Oh, Winter gave up on me. She said, fine, you're not going to let me be a mountain lion? I'm leaving. Good morning. So that's what we're going to do today if you are interested. If not, no worries. It's fine. You can watch it in the replay if you want. Is what it is. We're still cleaning in here. As you guys can see, we need it. Yeah, so then today I'll go to do the tour, and then what else? There's something else. I thought there was something else. Maybe not. Wednesday. I got a little bit of shipping to do today. I got derailed. I got a phone call from my father yesterday. So I got a little derailed yesterday. But yeah, we got just a couple of orders. They were mostly jewelry orders, so that's okay. Uh-oh, somebody forgot their coffee down here from yesterday. That's not good. Oh. Get this straightened out. All right, let's get it started, shall we? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to everybody. I did not go through the roll call today, but good morning, everyone. All right, we are on the mat. We still have yesterday's business on the mat. Let's get rid of that. I got really tired yesterday. I went upstairs and I was like, oh, I'm just going to have my snacks and my whatever, morning things. And then I was like, nope, I have to lay down. Randy, I have 7 new pairs of earrings made of my second set of 500. Okay, we've started the second set. I'm trying to get to the 1,000 pairs. Is there a deadline for the 1,000 pairs, Sharon? Did Jan do well at her show? Did you tell off the neighbor? I have questions. I took mail to my neighbor yesterday. I knocked, but nobody answered. They had a little ring cam, so I just said, this came to my house, but nobody answered. But their door was wide open, so I hope they're okay. I don't know. I assume they just were like, we don't know you. Which is fine. All right, we need our beads. Beads, beads, beads. From the Fairy Tale Romance. We're still working on the Fairy Tale Romance. I heard that some people got their new box, their Bargain Bead Box March. I have not received mine. I don't know what's happening with that. Oh. Not that it much matters. I still have 3 projects left in this one, but I just was wondering, that's kind of weird, Oh, what do we got going on here? Dun, 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 this feels like a million years ago. Okay. So we're going to go like this, like this, like this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We're in there pretty dang tight. This goes on the top. These are for funsies. And this goes over here. And what are these little guys doing? Oh, they're for the mushrooms? Maybe? Okay. Perhaps they're for these larger metal guys. I don't know. The situation. Oh, I did talk to Amber about tools and about so I got her basically she's gonna send me some tools for restock. She's gonna send me some African trade for restock. I didn't pick it. I was just like, you know what we're doing. Like, we need African trade. She's like, okay, cool. And then findings, all the oval jump rings. I was like, we need all the ovals. We need the Old Faithfuls. We need the magnets. I sent her a list. She's working on the list today. She said she's going to try to call me before the members live today to get the payment. So hopefully that all goes according to plan. Hi. And then she said she'll drop it in the mail. So it should be here, relatively soon. Although, who was asking about this? Gloria? Is Gloria on here this morning? She did not have the little square sparkle. There's Gloria. The little square sparkle plier we discussed the other day. She didn't have that. I asked about it. I did get some manual hole punches and the pliers we like. A couple of other things. All right, so I'm pretty sure everybody has done a knotting project with me before. If you have not, it's pretty easy. Don't even worry about it. We got to find some bead nibs, and then we'll be on our way. Do we have bead nibs in red bronze? I don't even know if we have that. We might not. We may have to use another color. I have gold ones right here, but we'll look for the red bronze ones, you know, just for because we can. Oh, I got copper. Let's use. I bet you the only thing I have is copper. Oh, I'll look. Why do I keep putting this box at the bottom? We've been using it all week. Because I'm a crazy person. I got the pliers. They are X-Ron crimping pliers. Oh, okay. So that was not what I asked her about. I think they do have those. I think they do. But that's fine. No worries. I'm glad you got them. I bet you, can we ask? Those are kind of a spendy date, are they not? They're kind of spendy. I broke mine. I broke my X-Ron crimper. That's the one I broke. Well, I've broke numerous crimpers, but that's the most recent one that I broke. Oh my gosh. Copper nibs, here we go. Is that you? That is you. Now, as I recall, didn't we try to use these? These are the ones I ordered from, I ordered these copper nibs from Bargain Bead Box. And as I recall, we might have to stretch them a little bit. These are not the normal ones that Thunderhorse Descendant carries. And the hole, this hole is a bit smaller. So we just have to stretch that a smidge before we work with them. But these are from Bargain Bead Box. You can order them on their site. FYI. I don't think we're good to go. I suppose we need a tweezer. We have that. Well, we got a shovel. That'll work. Okay. Got to get some seal-on going. Okay, so I'm just going to stretch these out real quick. They're $24 on Amazon. Oh, that's not too bad. X-Ron crimping pliers lately. Good morning. I have them. They were $20-ish for a date. That's not too bad. I feel like maybe that was a cutter that I bought. I feel like I bought an X-Ron tool for 40 bucks at one point in time. And I thought it was the crimper, but perhaps not. Slow guy. I'm giving these a little stretch. These are stainless steel. Yeah, they're stainless steel, so it's a little harder than normal. So we're going to see if it'll work. Just gotta be patient with it and not poke your finger, Randy. I am just curious. Yeah. These Thunderhorse Descendant ones have a way larger hole. I don't know why that is, but okay. Okay. We got to get a little bit of seal-on cording going on here. Oh, I also asked for 30 rolls of seal-on. I said colors that are distinctual, like meaning like not a bunch of neutral colors from Amber in the order. So we'll get what we get, I guess. But we can always use another color, in my personal opinion. We got this dark green. We got this lime green, which I'm not mad at. Ooh, we have orange. Of course we have orange. We got to use orange, right? I mean, obviously. I haven't even used this purple. I really wanted to. Look how pretty it is. So good. Hi, good morning. Oh, well, for those of you who don't know, when we sell our rolls of Ceylon, we sell them individually, and they're like $5.50 or something like that. $5.25, $5 and some change. I don't remember the exact amount, but they're $5. It goes with the Unakite. I know, but I switched to orange, Heather. Because, I mean, you know, yeah, I had to. We could have used that lime, and it would have went really well with these little mushrooms. Good morning. Okay, so if you have not ever started a project with me with this situation, with knotting, it's really easy. When I very first started beading, knotting used to be like really intimidating for me, and I was like, what the heck? So now that I know what I'm doing, I always try to make it really easy for people. So I always start my projects in the middle. You do what you want. So we're going to get in the middle. So I'm just eyeballing this on the mat, and I'm seeing this little pendant. And the first thing you need to do is you need to know if you can fit 2 pieces of Ceylon in your beads, which according to this I can. These I will be able to. These I will be able to. So I'm not worried about any of that, right? That's the first step. Do you have it in stock? The orange or the green? I have nothing in, I don't have anything right now, which is why I asked Amber for 30 rolls. I don't know if she'll send green, but probably if she has it. Where do you get the micro Ceylons? The micro Ceylons that I have in my drawer right here, I got these from Diane Ritter, she just gave them to me because she didn't want them. I have no idea where they come from. This is what the label looks like. There's no brand, like, I don't know. There's not even a size. It's half the size of this. This is a 0.5 millimeter. Actually, that might be less than a 0.5. But it's micro kind. So I'm not sure. Somebody give those to me. I do try to use them, but I'll be honest, I don't use them too often. I prefer to just use the larger beads because that's what I don't know. That's what I do. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm looking at this and I'm going to do a double strand. So this depends on your knot size. If you had smaller beads and you don't think double up could fit in the beads, you would do a single strand, which is fine. It'll hold it. It's not a big deal. But when you're starting, you need to know what you're going to do. So I'm going to do double strand on both sides of the necklace. So in order to do that, I always go 1.5 wingspans, which is always way too much, but I would rather have way too much than not enough. And do the exact same for the other side. And there we go. And that's all we need for stringing material. I gotta put some of these tools away once we get going here, because otherwise I'm gonna get hung up in my string. Alright, so we got our string. We gotta put needles on our string, meaning we need glue. Where's the glue? Ooh, we're down to our last bottle of Loctite. Better put it on the glue budget. Good morning. I found one called Pale Heather on Amazon. How do they know that I'm white? That's funny, Heather. We're using Loctite super glue, gel control. Need a little piece of plastic here. Oh. This is a nail. I got it. It's like a hook nail, and then you nail this part. I got it from something somebody sent me on Amazon. It's actually quite cool. I dig it. Okay, so we're going to create 4 needles. I'm just going to put our glue in here, one side at a time. Probably end up getting glue all over my fingers. And that's just how I roll. Okay, there's one. Okay, don't stick to anything. It's over there sticking to stuff. This is why I'm like this. Okay, so that's that one. Got me. Dun dun dun. I'm cleaning my house. Ooh. Good morning, everyone. I have been lurking. Good morning, Beth. She's lurking today. She says, I am a lurker today. Should I do this like 3 times? Okay, that's done though. Stuck to my thumb. Now, you guys dry. Don't be crazy. It's already being crazy over there. Oh, yeah, better just keep that out. Okay. Well, those are drying up. I started doing my ends like this ever since I saw you do it. Isn't it great, Jan? You can just do whatever. You get super glue on your finger, but it's whatever. Hey, can I tell you the color for March? Sure, Gloria. Can I guess the color? I want it to be purple. Did we just have purple? I would like some more purple. Is it purple? Have been cleaning out my pantry of expired food, especially stuff that was pushed way in the back. Oh no. The winning date so far is 2019. That's pretty good, Mary. 2019, it's 2026. Orange and yellow. Ooh. Now, you know I love me some orange and some yellow. That sounds fun. It's not purple, but it still sounds fun. Okay, I'm going to split these so I know what I got to work with here while we're waiting for all that to dry up. Well, that sounds fun. I hope that it's fun. I guess we'll see. I gotta figure out where mine went. It should have been here by now. She says, ooh, your favorite color? Yes, my favorite color is orange. Did I cut these? I must have cut these, huh? They didn't come like this. This must have been a whole strand at one point. Okay, 2 here, 2 over here, 2 over here, 2 over there. Ooh, one, and an extra one? Question mark. Okay. We've got our toggle, our hoopla. Now, I'm just going to cut this for good measure. I'm not going to, well, it's not for good measure. I'm not going to measure it at all. For laziness, I'm just going to cut this in half. Whoop. All right. Now, let me get some of this business out of my way so I don't get hung up on all these extra pliers and whatnot. Okay. Walmart has the X-Run 4-in-1 crimper pliers for $20.13. Oh, now is that in store or is that just online? You're going to love it. Me, not so much. I am not a fan of your orange. That's funny, Gloria. That's okay. You don't have to like it. Good morning, Dominique. All right, let's set up the pendant first, and then we will get going. So I'm just going to grab one side here. Yeah, look what I did. I glued it to my bracelet thing. And I'm hung up in the cutter. You see how this happens? Don't worry, I'm a professional. Okay, I'm going to cut this at an angle, and I'm going to cut this at an angle. Hey, you want to know how I became a professional beader? I said I was. You too can also be a professional beader. As of today, we're handing out certificates. If you'd like, just raise your hand and we will deem you a professional beader. Okay, so I fold this in half. Marry it up. Marry it up. I'm going to make a lark's head knot down here in the bottom. First with tiny beads and now with colors. Gloria. Yeah? I think Rosanna's here. Yeah, she's here. Okay, so I'm doing lark's head knot right here. Bum, 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 bum. Boop. And it don't really matter which way you go, as long as you put them both the same way. Me too, Randy. Oh, what a coinky dink. Heather is a professional beader, and Jan Mitchell, congratulations on your professional beading status. We're just a bunch of professionals around this outfit. I'm going to do a knot right here to keep this in place. So we're going to go around with both strands, go through one time. We're going to go through 2 times. We're going to take the tweezer, boop, 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 through the loop, right above the lark's head knot. Get a hold of it, like so. And then we're going to pull it down. Oh, I got all hung up in my tweezer. Look what I did. Don't worry, I'm professional. Get that all straightened out. Rosanna says, of course I'm a professional. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I choose to be a professional. Way to go, Beth. And then push it down. And there we go. We got one side ready to rock. Let's put the other side on. Same deal. Yeah, you can be a professional if you want to. Go for it. Highly recommend. Marry those up. I will say you gotta defend yourself a little harder though when you get hung up in your cutter. I am not a professional. I'm quirky and I own it. Okay. Gloria says, not for me. None for me, thanks. Okay, now we're going to go with this one on the other side. Now, I can't remember if I went in through the back the first time or not. Let's see. No, I did it backwards. I did it backwards. I gotta go this way. Boop. Come on, fingers. You can work today. It's fine. There we go. Lark's head knot on this side. Go in the same direction. And then we do a knot. Well, I'm a beader. I'm not sure how professional I am. professional if you want to, Lynn. I just did a knotted necklace, but only needed to use a single knot since I had 2 threads. Yep, that's another thing. It depends on the size of your bead holes and how many knots you want to do and how many knots you have to do to keep your beads in place. Like you can do 1, you can do 2. You might have to do 2. Sometimes your beads are so little you can only do 1 strand and 1 knot. You know? It's a whole thing. I feel like that's half the battle. You know? Because once you get that all straightened out, it's like, whatever. Push and pull that into place. Alright. These guys are good to go. So this is what it looks like. They can still slide around here on this little ring if you want them to. V out a little bit more. And we're going to get going on this side right here. If you take money for your doings, you are a professional. Oh, Deb's got rules. That's good. We probably could use some rules. Okay. Apparently we're professionals. Hi, Tina. Good morning. All right, now let's take a look at this. So this is going to be this side. These are all the beads that we have to use for this side. I don't like to count things, so I just put them all over here, and then this is what I have to use. I'm going to move my toggle out of here and my ending. Now, I do have 2 mushrooms. My plan is to put one of the mushrooms down over here on this side and one of these up further so they're a little asymmetrical just for funsies. So I'm not worried about that right now. But let me see how I want to be going with these rounds. Because I got little pebbles and I got rounds. I think I want to just kind of sprinkle them in. Do I want to start? I think I'll start with a pebble. Now, when you start with your first bead, it's going to be a little wonky. You got to get your needles up here a little worked in. Once they're worked in, because you just put a bunch of hoopla on them, so you made them a little thicker than normal. But once they get worked in, it'll be fine. So if at first they don't fit, just don't panic. It's going to be okay. Sometimes you just can't get them both in there at the same time, but this one seems to be going well. Okay, we just want to make sure there ain't no slack in there. Now here's the other thing. You don't have to tie a knot after every bead. You can if you want. You don't have to. I don't know if I'm going to do that right off the top, but I am going to do it here. So, here's the move. Then I am professional, and I didn't even know I'm a professional. Thank you for sharing the website, PK. I can't seem to find a cutting pliers that last more than a couple of months. Oh no, not the hoopla. Anything but the hoopla. I don't know. I kill pliers. I buy them in bulk. I kill pliers like this all the time. I'm also cutting things I shouldn't be cutting with these because like I said, I'm a professional. So. Here's the move. You get it on there. You make sure there ain't no hoopla going on. Everything's hanging straight. You wrap it around. I'm going to go 1. Treating this as though it's 1 strand. And I'm going to wrap around twice. I'm going to come in with the tweezer through the loop. And grab onto the base cord right above the bead. Now, wherever you grab on to the base cord, that's where your knot is going to go. It's also helpful if you grab on like more towards the tippy tip instead of being like way up here, because that's going to give you more slack because it's tapered. So you kind of want to be down a little. Then you're going to take your hand off, and when you do that, you want this loop to still be on the tweezer. That's important. You don't want it over here. You're going to end up in a problem. So then you're going to grab these tails, you're going to pull them straight up to the sky, to the camera. Also important, you don't want to pull them sideways because then they're going to start to get wonky. So you gotta pull them straight up, and then this is what you get. This is what it looks like. It looks like a big old hot mess. And then you take this out of here, boop, boop, and then you put it down, okay? Because when you pick it back up, you're gonna get gravity involved. And you're gonna put this above there. And you're not going to put too much tension on this because you don't want to like fray out your string or whatever, but you're going to push and pull at the same time to push your knot down. And then you're going to grab your bead and you're going to push it back this way to lock your knot into place and give it a little space to move around. Because everybody needs space to move around, right? We don't want to be super crazy town. And there you go. That's it. That's the move. That's all we do over and over again. Now, if you had smaller beads and la-di-da and all this, you may have to improvise this. Like if you're only using one strand, maybe you can only go around one time, because if you do, your knot's going to be bigger than your bead. Or maybe you have a bead that has a bigger hole like this one. You're either going to have to plug that up with a little bead like this, or you're going to have to tie a triple knot in it, right? Going around 3 times instead of twice. It's that type of thing. But for the most part, I think we got it figured out. You can always use seed beads. Those work good to plug up the hole. I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go this way with the round. At this point, I'm just making the pattern up as I go along here. If you want me to send you a link, message me. Which one, Heather? Are there several on Amazon? Oh, the cutters. I think Rebecca Dexter sent me a pack of pliers last time that she ordered on Amazon, I think. Was it Rebecca or was that Rosanna? I know Rosanna sent me some cutters too. Rebecca sent me some cutters because I just like to kill cutters over here, I guess. Okay, now, I'm going to try to use one of these little tiny guys. I don't know if that's going to work. Let's see. This is a trick you can do. Like, if you have a little tiny guy, you put it on one first, and then pull this down, and see if you can't get the second one in there. Sometimes that works better, instead of trying to put them both in at the same time. And you got to just bring them down. Okay. Do that one, and I'm going to try one of these. We'll see if it'll plug it up, because this have a big hole. You see how big the hole is on these? I sent you cutters that you're using. Oh, yes, that makes sense. Let's see. Does it fit? Yeah, it fits. See how it plugs it up? Then you don't have to worry about doing a different size knot. We call this a design choice. Exactly. You got it, lady. You got it. Yeah, I figured these little spacers they gave would fit because I have used size 11 seed beads when using one strand, and I've used size 8 seed beads using 2 strands. So, as long as, yeah, get it all in there, it should be good to go. Yeah, see, that doesn't look bad. I'm not mad at it. Let me just do the move. 1, 2. Linda Lane says she's had hers for 10+ years. The gray and black. 78, 13, 25. What is this code for? What do we do? What? There's missile launch doings in the comments. What? Combination to the safe. What is it for? Is that a cutter? I always put mine down because I find sometimes I get going and I'm just like blah, 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 talking and carrying on. And then I'll look down and I'll have some slack. So that's never good. So that's why I always put it down with the slack situation. Bum, bum, bum. Hers. Autocorrect. Autocorrect? Oh, hey, come here, you. Yes, Randy, I will send you the link. It is a cutter. Oh. I think I saw that somebody was saying they have these, they're kind of expensive cutters, and they have them, but they're supposed to last a long time. And I think I have one of those, and I think mine did not last a long time. And I think that's why I just go into buying the little cheapy ones. That happened at the beginning of my professional beading career, I think. Of course, I was still cutting things I wasn't supposed to be cutting. Am I going to... I don't know that I'm going to keep on with this. Am I going to do more pebbles? I feel like I should do more pebbles. Yeah. I'm going to do 3 pebbles right here for fun. Otherwise, all my pebbles are going to end up at the back. So in this situation, where your pebble is drilled a little funky, I just turn it which way I want it to be in the front, and I grab it above the top of the front, you know? When you push it down, it's going to get in there a little weird, but I try to just give it some space to lay the way I need it to lay. I'm not mad at it. That's just the way pebbles are. I had a Lindstrom. I have a Lindstrom. What? Which is a mid to high-end cutter. The Tronics. A want versus a need. Is there such a thing, a want versus a need in the beading world? I thought they were all needs. I was under the impression we just need all the things. That's what I keep telling Jeff. I'm like, no, we need that. We need that. You guys. Okay, pebble. 2. Hi, Cheryl. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to do the round, and then this guy, and then I think I might put my mushroom. Or should I put my mushroom first? Ow! Squish! Quit kicking me. I think I'll do these 2 beads, and then I'll put my mushroom. Lindstrom is pricey, but it has a lifetime guarantee. It does have a lifetime guarantee. Randy, are you knotting every bead? I am knotting every bead except for the metal one, because I got to put 3 there. When you complete a task with any tool that is expensive or not, you are professional. New rules from Deb. If you have tools for your trade, you are professional. Hi, Jenny. I'm late, but I'm here. Good morning. Good morning, Dorothy. We watched another episode of Landman last night. I think we're in the second season somewhere, where the Cooper's thinking about getting married. It's been a pretty good show. Me and Jeff don't usually agree on shows to watch together, as you know. We've been doing pretty okay with this one. Get in there, you. Okay. Now, I think I will put my mushroom. I had to get my bend linen washed because I'm going to Texas on Friday. Oh! Yeah, I change my bed on Sundays usually. We just did that the other day. And then I tried to get it washed. We used to have a lot of extra sheets and stuff, but I decided against that because I found out when I have a lot of extra sheets and stuff, then I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about washing it right this second. And then it sits there, and then it rolls into Monday. And that's never good. All right, little mushroom. Let's see. Well, you got, I think, let me see if you'll fit on here. See if you'll fit on here without having any extra beads. If I push really hard on this, is it going to make the knot go through? No. So it should work. Right? .24 gauge wire, and it was obviously a weak point in the metal. They wanted me to send the cutter and 4 samples of wire for a return label. Oh my. How much are these cutters? Sorry, I missed it. If they're doing all that, it must be... Randy, you are a professional. They how much are they if they're protecting them all like that? Are they like $100 or something? 1, 2. I swear I had a cutter that was like $40. That was my most expensive one. Maybe it was a crimper. I don't even remember. Are you in there, little buddy? Yeah. He's in there with a double knotter. Hello. Euless, Texas. Euless. I've heard of that. Cleaning my closet for donations. Found a couple of 3 completed unopened sheet sets. Ooh. I buy expensive sheets. I'm not even gonna lie about it. There are a couple of things that I'm like, these are things we need. And expensive sheet sets is one of them. And they're $100. Ooh, ah, ah. Hold on. Squish is getting crazy. Oh my god, you guys, what if I just go into labor online? That's going to be crazy. Ugh. Okay, we're good. We're good. So I got my little mushroom on there. I'm doing pretty good over here. Lifetime warranties can be tricky if they determine the breaker or causes of misuse. You might be out of luck. They might be wrong, but they get to decide. Yeah, see, that doesn't seem appropriate. That doesn't seem like a lifetime warranty to me. And see, that's why I can't participate in such things, because you guys know I'm always doing things I'm not supposed to be doing. Always. Cutting stainless steel chain and whatnot. They'll be like, what happened? And I'll be like, well. Okay, I'm going back to doing the 3 pebbles and this guy. I think that's what I'm going to do. This looks cute with the mushroom. Thank you, River's daughter. No labor online, Randy. Very unprofessional. Oh, I thought that was showing my commitment to my job. My good work ethic. Oh, Jefferson's got a meeting today. Remember how I said that this other guy had put in his 2 weeks and whatever, and now we don't know if Jeff's going to get his time off or whatever's happening, or if he's going to get moved up or down or whatever they're doing, you know, that kind of thing. I think they might be telling him some stuff today because all the head honchos are coming. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's good news. If you were in labor, you would have to take us with you. Yeah. Yeah, my dad called yesterday. He was kind of concerned about me, I guess. He's just like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And then he was trying to cop out already. He was like, well, I'm not a very good grandpa. I said, oh, well, that'll change. Because my grandpa was Marlon Brown, and I don't know how you're going to top that, but you better get your shit together. This was me going, no, we're not doing that. We're not going to be doing that. Sorry. Try again. And then he was like, oh. But really, he just called to ask me what to do with my other brother. Ain't nothing you can do with them. They're 30 years old. Doing anything with them is too late now. They're just going to have to suffer the consequences. And maybe they'll learn something, and maybe they won't. And that's just the way it is. Right? Hopefully he'll be able to get time off. Yeah, I don't mess around with my dad. My dad's a man-child. I'm just like, yeah, no, I do not accept that. I told him, I said that there are expectations. And he's like, okay. Okay, we got the 3 pebbles. On an up note, he's sober. So that's good. We're going on a year. As far as I know. I did hear a little bit of hoopla, but I don't know if we're still doing that, so. I gave that one a little bit of extra space. I probably shouldn't have. If you get crazy, you can split them like this and pull it back down. Pretty good out of 10. Whew. On to the round one. Going to the dentist for a crown. Oh, my goodness. Okay, good luck, Donna. Good luck. Hopefully it's nothing more than that. Miss Amber went to the dentist and then they ended up doing a root canal. I heard. yes, I'm excited to go to the hospital today and do the little tour. They said it'll only take about 30 minutes. And, oh, we only got one little round guy. I feel like we have more of those in the extra beads. Let me see. Here they are. I'm gonna steal them. You guys, I got us some of these coming. I couldn't help myself. I like them. They're really good. I only need like 4 of these or whatever anyway. Not very many. Mine were replaced with a mild... what? The wire was wrong gauge? A reprimand. Continued misuse will not be warranted. Oh, I did have a go around with the Chewy people yesterday. Well, no, actually it wasn't even the Chewy people. So I called my vet in, Lily still got her vet in Wisconsin, and they just are, they're just way better. They've always been way better than any of the other vets I've used. We got a vet out here, but like, they're not real great and whatever. But so Chewy sent me this email and they said, oh, your prescription's got any more refills on it for her allergy medicine. I said, okay. They said, you need to contact them and have the vet, send another prescription. I said, okay. So I call over there. Well, it turns out Dr. Enoch has moved to a larger building. They've got a big facility that they've been building, and now they hired all these people. And I was looking at it on the internet. It's quite the doings. Anyway, I call over there. I talk to some gal I've never heard of before. And I'm like, hey, this is Randy Brown, la-di-da. Chewy sent me this message. They said they need a thing. Can you fax over her prescription? And this lady was really rude to me for no reason. And she's like, no, they need to send a request from the website, and you have to go on the website and do that. We can't do anything about it. And she was like being kind of snotty, and I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, well, I've never had to do that before. Look at it. Remember not to panic. And she's like, yeah, well, you got to do it now and all this. And I'm like, all right. So I get off there. I go onto the Chewy website. I'm looking for this request form she said I should be able to find on there. Couldn't find it. So I got in the chat with the chat people. And now they said they want them to send in the mail, like with a stamp, the prescription with his original signed signature in the mail from the vet office to them. And I was like, what? I was like, what in the world? And then they went on to tell me the reason that you have to do this now is because people have been, there's been an uptick in people abusing ketamine, which is a drug for animals that people take because they're crazy. And I'm like, okay. So, that's happening. So now I got to call that old lady back at the office and talk to her about it. Have her send a physical thing to the Chewy people. And then Jeff was like, why don't you just ask the vet to do it here? And I said, because this guy, the vet here is a woman, and she's a good vet, but her, office people can't keep track of nothing. They literally were like, if something's wrong, we'll call you. I'm like, can't you just, give me the results? And she's like, they were like, no, if something's wrong, we'll call. We don't have time to just be calling people. And I was like, oh, okay. So, I don't know. I was just like, we'll figure that out. I was too hungry to deal with that yesterday at that moment. So I was like, I'm going to get cranky. Anywhooty, here we are. So we've got our pebbles going on. We're making progress. I like the little mushroom. This mushroom on the other side, I'm going to put more down towards the front, like that. so it's like more asymmetrical. I think it's going to be super cute. And then, of course, we'll use the toggle. I don't know if any of you have ever seen me put a toggle on. It's not any different than using any other kind of clasp with the knotting, but if you need to see that, we'll be working on that tomorrow. Using the clamshell. So, there you go. Super, super cute. I did like this little one, but I said when I originally opened my box, I wish mine would have had a little more orange on it. It's got just a teeny tiny little orange right there, but that's fine. It's just luck of the draw. I like the stones. Of course, I like it because it's green and orange, so, you know, we got that going on. That's pretty, and the mushroom is adorable. Sounds like the old vet is getting like the new vet. Yeah, I think the old vet is getting bigger, and bigger doesn't always mean better, in my personal opinion. But I do agree, they had a lot of business. They were always busy, but that's because they were a good vet office, you know? Like, every time I went in there, and we used to come from the cities out to Wisconsin, which is like an hour and a half, given I also went to the bead store when I was out there, so it's like, you know, I wasn't just going for the vet, but I would have, because he was really nice. And that was when, well, I started doing that when we had Bear, and Bear, my old dog, and Bear, it was during COVID, and Bear was like, his hips went out, he had a seizure, and he was just not in a good way, and we needed to put him down, and none of the new vets in Cambridge would help me, because he wasn't a patient of theirs, and I'm like, this is not how we're going out. Like, I've had this dog for 15 years, I've had him since he was 8 weeks old, and we're not just going to sit around and suffer because you're an idiot. Like, that's not what we're going to do. Like, they were literally like, well, there's a service that you can call to have somebody come to your house and basically do, put the dog to sleep at your house, but it's like $500. And I'm like, I was like, well, yeah, we might have to do that. But they're like, oh, but we're not doing that right now because it's COVID. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's not an option. Why are we giving out options that aren't really options? You guys, this whole time, I didn't have us on live chat. What the heck? If I missed some of your comments, I'm sorry. I just realized we're not on live chat. Anywhooty. All right. So we will be working on more of this tomorrow, most likely. Today, we are going to be working on, for members only, we are going to be doing more sorting and putting away of things. This stuff. I still got those are all the pendants we still have to sort. It's covered in cat hair. But yeah, it's a slow process. I'm starting to kind of freak out because I'm like, Squish is going to come and then I'm not going to be ready. Like, not with the baby stuff. Like, I feel like the baby stuff is like kind of okay, but like down here and all this stuff being like where it's supposed to be and like put away and all that, I'm like, ah. So I've been trying to work on it. Anywho. All right, guys. Reminder that members is going to be at 1 today, not at 3. Are we nesting? Yeah, we're nesting for members. I guess that's true. That's what we're doing. But we're going to nest at 1, not at 3. And then, yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys have a lovely, spectacular, amazing beading day. Feel free to go head over to the Facebook group and share your makings over there if you want to. If you don't want to, don't do that. But if you want to, go ahead. And I'll see you guys in the morning. Let you know how the hospital tour goes. Hopefully Jefferson will be a little better this time. Okay, see you in the morning. Bye.